Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Newcomers, and it's getting close to Christmas. We're less than 2 weeks.
It's looking a lot like Christmas.
We have most all of our shopping done, thanks to our friends at Amazon.
Oh, don't you love Amazon people? I mean, really.
Listen, we love shopping local. We do. Mm-hmm. But we went here, and we went there, and we went here, and we went there. We couldn't find the stuff we're looking for. Yeah. And those grandkids have pretty particular things on their list. So it's very easy, and we're sorry. We sure don't want to run any mom and pops out of business, but no. That's what we did. On today's show, we think we've got some great topics.
We do. We're going to talk a little bit about those beautiful Christmas trees lining Brownwood neighborhoods.
And seniors, you have help against crooks. We're going to tell you how.
And buying a golf cart elsewhere or get one local.
If you're a fisherman and you're coming, or a woman.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're coming to the villages, you may want to know the ins and outs, the regulations. We're going to give you a little bit of information on that.
And can you design your own home here in the villages?
And what about water filtration? We got at least 2 letters this week wanting to know about filtering water. We're going to tell you about that.
All that and more coming up. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
As we do, we want to thank people that hit that super thanks button and contributed money. But we're going to stop that for a while. You have been so good, and we've been able to buy these lights that we're using today, these microphones that we're using today, and we bought a new camera thanks to your generosity. It really helped out. We appreciate it, and we're going to give you a break. So don't feel a need to send us anything, but we do appreciate those of you that do.
We really do. I want to tell you a little bit more about Christmas. This came in the newspaper section this last week. Isn't this beautiful? I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a picture of a Santa here in the villages. But the photographers there at the our local paper, gorgeous. Look at that. I love that. It made me feel like a little 5-year-old. I was going, oh, there's Santa.
You know, there are some amazing Santas that live here. Santa Bob and Santa Dave that we know. Yeah. They are, listen, they're the real deal. Yeah. And they are the real deal.
They are pretty amazing looking. And then also in the paper comes these sections all about Christmas. Light up the season, looking the part. And inside these sections, there's 4 of them in December. And they have recipes, they have games for children, they have places to go, lots of things to look at in here. So if you don't have the newspaper, you should try to get that.
That's the Daily Sun. We just resubscribed. Yeah. We get it every year. What'd you have to pay?
It was like $80 for the year. 92? I think it went up to 92. But for me, it's worth it. I read it every day.
What is that? That's not even $1 a day, right?
No, that's wonderful. I mean, I read all
pennies a day.
Pennies a day. I read all the titles and then see if I want to read them all. But I read what's very interesting, and it's really helping my mind. And say, hey, Jerry, did you see this or whatever? So I think it's a good thing to have.
It is. Yeah. And she was never, ever, ever a newspaper reader until we came here. And now, just today, she said, "Oh, I didn't read the paper yet." Yeah. You know,
I get sad when I don't. All right. How about some shout outs? Jack and Stephanie Hickey moved to Leesburg, and they're here with their buddy Rex. They wanted to make sure we told hello from Rex to Gizmo.
Rex says hello. Carrie and Craig are from Michigan. Here they are in front of that famous sales board. They just bought a new home in Richmond. A lot of times those pictures in front of the sales board are very low resolution. So anybody that sends us a picture, if you don't mind, click up the resolution on that picture, because I have to crop it and get it into that landscape format and put it on there. And, you know, we want you to look good.
Okay, so people like me, what does that mean, click on the resolution? Where is that?
Well, on your camera or your phone, you have controls. You hit the tools and you'll bump it up to like 1080 or something like that.
Okay.
And then fill up that frame with your face. You know, get up close.
There you go.
If you're little people in the picture and I have to zoom in, that makes all those pixels bigger. It's no
Gotcha.
good. You're not going to be happy. Your relatives aren't going to be happy.
Yeah.
So give us all the pixels we can get. I'm going
There.
to move that over just a little bit. There we go.
There you go. Here is Susan with her Jerry and Linda t-shirt. And she's obviously out there shopping, getting her fix on. And she and Terry live in a community not far from here.
They are swell people. We have met them in person. Good folks. Hope to see them again.
Yeah.
Here's Chuck and Marion. They did a lifestyle visit in September. They moved here in November to the village of DeLuna. That's what those lifestyle visits will do to you.
They will.
You come here
Be
saying,
there.
we're not really ready to buy. You go home and have to explain to everybody that you just bought a house in
Got
Florida.
some splaining to do.
This is Lisa and Bob. Told you. AKA Santa. They're from Plymouth, Massachusetts. They wrote us and told us it's been a year since their lifestyle visit. They still think about the villages and say they appreciate our show, which keeps them plugged into what's going on here.
This is Barbara and Donald, and they've been visiting the villages over 4 years. They probably know more than we do.
No
And
big deal.
this is a great picture. They're on a safari in Africa, but they're from Cleveland, Ohio, and they say they know all about life here because of our videos.
That picture. You have us wanting to go there. That is a photo safari. You know, back in my younger days, I was a hunter. Many, many mornings I trudged off into the darkness with my gun in my tree stand, got up in trees. But there, do you hear that beep? That's our baker here is baking things for a Christmas gathering we're going to have here pretty soon. And you need to go do that,
I
don't you?
need to go.
Okay.
Time up.
Freezing my butt off, going up a tree, sitting there for hours, shivering, waiting for Mr. Big Boy
Yeah.
to come by.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore. It's not, it doesn't interest me one bit. I'd rather look at animals than shoot them.
Yeah.
That was a photo safari. I would love, love, love to go to Africa and do a photo safari. That's a big trip.
They have some safari kind of trips around here in Florida. There's safari, the giraffe safari place and some.
We've gone on that one at Disney, Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom, where you get in the little,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Like
Wild
yeah,
Kingdom.
huh? And you get in a truck and you go out there and it's neat. I like it. I like to take pictures of animals.
Yeah.
Flying though, flying on a long trip. I'm big. I'm 6'3". It's torture. I can't go first class to Africa. I'd have to get in one of those little bitty seats and fly 20 hours. Oh, what was that?
You're fire. Don't you?
You bought it for us and I done broke it.
He dropped it. You didn't break it.
This is Jocelyn. Jocelyn and her husband Mel live down in Marsh Bend. We met her recently. Her husband was off working. What's that all about?
What? Working?
She's a very nice lady. And she says that they feel very fortunate to have moved here when they did.
Yeah.
Martha sent in this photo of her husband, Phil. He's been the finance director of Jackson, Michigan for 39 years. He's finally retired on December 8th. And as of yesterday, they're finally snowbirds here in the villages. Congratulations.
Yay, congratulations. And now time for Viewer of the Week.
Our viewers of the week are Joe and Nancy Latosky. You've seen this couple before. They are the kind-hearted people that live just a mile down the road that took it upon themselves to turn their garage into a workshop. It's called JoJo's Tree Farm. And they have crafted these beautiful Christmas trees. And sold them to their neighbors at cost. And now you'll see them all over this area of the villages. Which area? The Hillsborough Trail area.
Yes.
But it doesn't stop there because word gets out and they go here and there.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you more about that because one of the viewer questions today was about Joe and Nancy. And we want to salute them for being such great citizens and being our viewer of the week.
Speaking of Joe and Nancy, Ed and Mary from Fernandina asked this question. Where can we get one of those beautiful JoJo Christmas trees? We saw them on your last video and they are really pretty. We would love to have one.
It is a monumental undertaking. He sent us the numbers this week. Joe and Nancy start making those trees in September. And from then on, it's a full-time job. They just finished the last one a couple of days ago. He sent me these statistics on the trees this year. Check this out. They made 425 Christmas trees.
Woo!
They had to drill 3,010 holes. They had 425 name tags, 425 mounting stakes, and 860 mounting tie wraps. That is a bunch.
Oh my God.
Now, we helped out because it's contagious.
Yeah.
And when people want this, other people in the neighborhood think, well, I can make one of those trees.
Yeah.
And by golly, they do. And so we helped one of our other neighbors make some of these very same trees, and we paint them and drill the holes. It's a big job. If anybody is interested in a tree, you have to wait till next year because they have stopped for this year. They will take your orders. Look at the screen. That's his email address. And he says he's lighting the villages one tree at a time. Merry Christmas from Nancy and Joe. There you go. That's how you get one. And don't ask about shipping and all that business. These things are big and clunky. You're not going to get it shipped anywhere. But if you live here and you want one, you know how to do it.
Right.
And no bloopers today.
I thought after one came number two, and I thought, you're taking it away.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No.
Starts with an M. Starts with an M.
That was the first blooper. I said we were not going to have any today, and put one up for me.
Blooper for me.
Remember that?
I think I was daydreaming.
You got your act together, and I don't.
And
This is Jerry.
go right ahead.
Okay, buddy, you're on display now. You come up here. Right here. Right there, like that. Look at there. What are we, huh?
You were starting to talk about hunting and going early in the morning. Oh my gosh. Why are you laughing?
Well, you just said you did like one of those word salads. We have letters concerning short people. People that have trouble reaching the golf cart pedals.
Yeah.
Bob and Joyce Lex, right? My wife Joyce is very short and has trouble pushing down the gas pedal of our Yamaha golf cart. We recall that maybe a year or so, blah, blah, blah. Our good friend and neighbor, Dave, just down the street. See, I told you we have great neighbors here. You probably saw the show the other day where a neighbor brought us some plants and helped us and taught me how to propagate them. And that's the word of the day.
There you go.
And this neighbor has developed this pedal extender, like so. It slides right over the gas pedal on a golf cart, and you can see that if you're a little short, it's going to give you some extra range there. But it only fits late model Yamaha carts. You can see a picture of the type of gas pedal that it will fit. And you can call him, and he will actually bring it to you and install it on your cart. And I think he charges $25.
Wonderful.
He's a great guy. His email address is davidonduty@yahoo.com. It's another helpful person here in the villages.
There you go. And this is from Tony. Hey kids. Oh, he called us kids. Do you have people that try to get too friendly and almost consider themselves stalkers? If you do have creepy fans, how do you deal with them? Oh, that's a good question. Creepy fans.
Tony, we don't have any. In fact, we were so happy to have so many subscribers and people that write to us, and we've had some really touching letters this week, and we're not going to share them with you today, but some that people have told us about events in their life, and they look to us for entertainment, and they love watching, and we appreciate that so much. But as far as stalkers, we love to see people and talk to them. We've made lots of friends. A lot of our good friends here in the villages started out as viewers, so it's not bad at all. We did have one guy, though. You remember the guy? He started writing to us, and he was nice. And of course, we're not, we try to be nice to everybody. He shows up here in the Villages and says, from our emails, I understood that I thought you would let me stay with you for a couple days. And I said, well, I don't really even know you.
Yeah, that was a little bit
So
too friendly.
so we did not let him stay. But he said, well, okay, in that case, can I borrow your golf clubs? So I did let him borrow my golf clubs.
He did.
But that's the closest thing. And he's a good guy. But again, we don't know. And there are some people out there that make you think twice about doing things. So no stalkers. Jay writes with golf carts on his mind. He says, we'll be targeting our move to the Villages in 2024. We will, of course, need 2 golf carts. Should we buy them in Indiana and bring them with us, or would it be less expensive to buy them at one of the Villages golf cart stores? Well, that's a good question. I don't know what it would cost you to ship golf carts down here. And when I came here, I wouldn't even entertain the idea of buying a new golf cart. They're much more expensive now than they were 4 years ago. We'd have a buddy that just paid $20,000 for a golf cart.
Ooh-wee.
And another friend that just paid $16,000. Now they got good carts. One of them's a 4-seater front-facing golf cart.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Another one's a 4-seater, but it's not front-facing, but it's got a lot of bells and whistles on it. So still, it's a big chunk of change. We bought 2 used carts. Since then, though, I have found out that the Villages Golf Car Store, and you went with me, they're good.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They sell and service golf carts.
Yeah.
They're expensive. They will work on it for you. They will stand behind it. So I don't think you could go wrong buying it one there. There are other places to buy your golf carts. If you buy in Indiana, we're from Indiana. What do they know about golf carts? We never saw anything like golf carts that you'll find down here.
No.
You can find Model T Roadsters. You can find them like fire engines. There's one here made up like a helicopter. But even the day-to-day golf carts have these the sunbrella systems that come down and they button up tight, keep you out of the weather.
That's right.
They'll have turn signals on them. They've got beautiful headlights and they'll have LED lights at times.
Right.
Just lots of things, stereos in some of them.
Custom painting even.
Custom paint jobs.
Yeah.
They can do it for you here. Yeah. You can bring it with you, but you'd have to arrange to get it here, and you'd have to make sure it had the sunbrella and all that stuff on it too. So.
We'll rain.
Lots of
You will
options.
want this umbrella. You will want to have some protection when it's raining. This is from Ron, and he says, "See you when I get there in one day."
Witty.
Yeah, witty. If you're visiting Florida and you go through a toll booth, how do you pay for the fee?
Good question.
Yes.
We're from Indiana. We were right on the border of Indiana and Kentucky. We had to cross a bridge that charged a toll every day.
Yes.
We worked at the Louisville Slugger Bat Factory. And so we got what's called an E-Pass. And it works down here too. E-Pass, they have Easy Pass here, and there might be a Sun Pass.
Yes.
Get one of those. It's just a sticker. Or they also make some you can transport from car to car.
Like a transponder or something like
like
that.
a transponder.
Yeah.
And it'll glue to your windshield, and it will give a reading every time you pass through, and you don't have to stop for an attendant because there aren't attendants everywhere. Here's some information on the screen. You can see that there are several different ways that you can get your transponder, but in the long run, it's cheaper, it's easier, and that's the way
you
we
pay for
do
it
it.
automatically through your credit card, right?
No,
No?
you have to reload. They will keep a balance of whatever you tell. We keep $20 on balance. We went yesterday to Orlando, and it was $11.65 toll. So if we dip below $11.65, they will automatically from our bank account transfer money into that.
Wow.
So it's automatic for them. But they will keep a balance on hand, and that's the way to do it. That's the easy way.
Right.
Like Ron Popeil said, set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Bill Parker writes, you have mentioned fishing. Do you need a license to fish in the ponds in the Villages? Bill Parker, I like your name. I was thinking about that. You are the combination of my 2 favorite TV fishermen, Bill Dance and Hank Parker.
Ah!
Yeah, they are funny people. If you ever get a chance and you're on YouTube, after you watch our video, go watch the Bill Dance blooper videos.
Oh, yes.
That guy is so funny. I love him.
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is yes, you need a license to fish in Florida. The good news is, though, when you reach 65, like Linda is, you can get a free license to fish. And all you do is go to the website, and put in all the information, and they will email you a link where you can print out your fishing license.
Nice.
Yeah. And the same thing is true for reef fishing. I think there are other types of fishing where you would need to buy a license, but general fishing would be free. When you are 60 or 62, 63, 64, you're going to need to buy a fishing license. It's cheap if you're a resident. It's under $20, and it has to be renewed every year. If you fish here in the villages, there are only certain places where you can fish. You can't cross over any private property to fish.
Right.
You can't fish in any of the golf courses. But a lot of these little ponds and lakes are stocked, and you can fish. And I've caught lots of fish here. And if I can find the pictures, you're looking at them on the screen right there. And it's fun, but you're usually bank fishing. And there's not a lot of structure in these ponds. The structure, for you people that don't know, that would be like a sunken tree or a junk car or an old abandoned bridge. You're not going to find that in the villages. These are like swimming pools.
Yeah.
They're just usually flat, maybe 10 feet deep, and they're not going to have any structure. So you're going to have to find those fish. It's more difficult. And you're on the bank and you're restricted where you can go. But it's a way to get out and have a little fun and to dodge an alligator every once in a while.
There you go.
There's a picture of my actual fishing license as a retiree, 65 or older. You can see there's no charge for that at all.
This is from Charles. From what we read in the newspapers, there is a lot of taking advantage of senior citizens. Does that go on in the village? The villages, probably. Is there anyone to help look after these types of incidents?
Good question, Charles. When I hear the word Charles, I either think of the prince, or now the king, or I think of the chips. We used to get those chips.
Yeah,
we never got them, but when I go over to the rich folks' house, they would get these cans of chips delivered to their house, Charles chips.
Yes.
Anybody ever get
Oh
those?
my
They're pretty good.
gosh. Yeah.
Yes, there is fraud here. There's fraud when it comes to, and we're going to talk about water softeners and water purifiers in just a minute. And roofing scandals where people come and will convince these homeowners that they need new roofs. And there are people that start work here and take a deposit and never finish the work.
Ugh.
So these little things pop up from time to time. So there is an organization that deals with it and free of charge helps the seniors out. And it's called Seniors versus Crime.
Yeah.
And we have one of them in the villages. You can see on your screen there. There is no charge for services and no appointment necessary. You go in and tell them your situation. They have them other places as well. The Sumter County office, it gives you the phone number there, open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 to 2 p.m. And you can email them if you like. But Senior versus Crime is a good way. And I have heard examples where people quickly, boom, got their money back by going through Seniors versus
Very
Crime.
good.
If I buy a lot in one of the new sections, can I customize it? I have some really good ideas and would love to implement them in my new home. I guess you mean, can you customize your home that you're building?
Yeah, right.
You know, that's a pretty fluid subject because a lot of it depends on supply and demand and being able to get the parts and things. Back when there was no issue, you could do a lot of designing and changing on your own home. But since there has been, they've had less and less input that you can give. There are fewer choices. We can't tell you a whole lot more than that. And like I said, it changes from time to time. But no, you cannot design your own home from scratch. You cannot select your own builder. You can't make major changes, but you can do some things and you can work with them. The best thing to do is call the design center and ask them that question. And depending on the situation, they'll let you know. Because like I said, it changes.
This question is from Chris and Jill. It concerns the water filtration system. We almost went down a dark road of a $7,000 filtration system of our house. Oh my goodness. So.
Well, we have a water filtration system. We're not sponsored by this company. We paid for it just like everybody else. But I did my homework when we got here. It's called a Nova water filter system. It consists of 3. You've seen it. We featured it in a show a couple of years ago where it passes through 3 different filters. We were even able to take the filter out of our refrigerator because we didn't need it anymore
Right.
for drinking water. She didn't like the water when we got here. So do you need it? It depends on your wife. We needed it, obviously. I don't drink a lot of tap water, but
I do.
she does more than me.
Yeah.
The Nova system is good. Some of these people, and this was in the fraud question just a minute ago, will come in and convince you that your water's toxic or full of bad things, and not necessarily true. But we know of one water system that was over $3,000.
Wow. Okay.
And like I said, the Nova system is $645 installed. They also sell water softeners. We had one in
Right.
Indiana. We don't have one here. Do you feel a need for one here?
I don't. No, I don't. I like the water. It's fine.
I did notice that, in the toilets, if you're gone a while, you'll get a little ring in the toilet. But other than that, I don't like to lug in those big bags of salt.
I don't know if they even do all that anymore.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
We haven't-
But they sell filters and water softeners, and you could call Nova if you're interested. We think they're a good company. Our final question is from Katharina.
Loving your name.
Yeah. And she's asking about prescription medicines. We just moved here from Minnesota, and our local sheriff's office was the go-to place to drop them off. Do you know whether there's a place to drop off ones that are expired prescriptions?
Yes.
I put our roving reporter on this question.
That would be me. I did call the sheriff's office, and they did say there was a place on 466 in Morse. It's a sheriff's office, and there's a container outside that's locked that you can put it in, or drive up and put it in, and then it locks on you. So there are containers at the sheriff's office. I don't know if all of them, and I kind of thought it was kind of different because I had called two other places. I called the hospital. They don't have any. Or the other place was a pharmacy, and they don't deal with that either. Back in Indiana, they did it at our hospital. But here, the sheriff's office on 466 in Morse.
Yeah. Back in Indiana, we didn't have that problem. I'd burn those suckers. We'd just go outside and burn anything we want in Indiana. Isn't that the truth?
We did.
I mean, we just put a big pile and burn it.
Yeah.
Here, you have to make sure you take your name off the bottle,
Yeah, they did say there was no liquid. You're not supposed to have liquid or no syringes. So basically pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready, pal? Would you like to do your jokes today? Do you have jokes or stories? What's the deal?
Are you funny?
Take it away, Gizzy.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're all feeling as good as I am. Boy, Mom sure is mad at Dad. She asked him to put ketchup on the shopping list, and he did. And now she can't read any of it because it's got ketchup all over it. Here's one for you. Why did the cat cross the road? 'Cause the chicken had a laser pointer. And he put the laser pointer on the road, and the cat was all going crazy and going across the road. Okay, one more for you, 'cause I love you. Did you know that Dad used to work in a bank? Yep, he sure did. He used to work in a bank, but he quit 'cause he lost interest. Oh boy, thanks for the jokes, everybody. I see you next week.
Good job, buddy. As usual. You've been really good today. Have you noticed he's been a little more alert? He's looking up. I gave him some ham a while ago. She got mad at me.
Yeah.
I gave him some
Ham is
ham.
not good. I know it's salty, and I said no more ham.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
We Are So Glad That You Came With Us Today. Be sure and tune in for Thursday. It's a big week for us. This marks 4 years that we've lived in the villages.
That's right.
So we're going to have a live show on Thursday morning. I'm not sure what time that'll be. It won't be at 7.
No 7 o'clock.
No 7 a.m. show. We'll let you know through Facebook. We'll put it on there. We'll probably have it. Let's have it at 10 a.m. You want to do
Sounds
that?
like a plan.
We'll have it at 10 a.m. We'll do a live show on Thursday morning, and we hope you'll tune in for that.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
See you when you get here.